The one word I would say that comes to my mind when I think about working in Denmark is...
Tell us some fun things about working in Denmark. Working as a woman here in Denmark. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kriti and I think you know my friend Deepanjali and you have seen her on my channel. The last video that I made about Deepanjali and Swati giving PD3 exam, and I am so happy to say that Deepanjali has passed PD3 with flying colors.
Yes.
Deepanjali, how do you feel passing
on
PD3?
Top of the world.
Yeah?
Because I'm really happy it is over now. I have all my evenings to myself and I don't need to do any more homework and classes anymore. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yes, so Deepanjali was like little busy and I wanted to make this video about the working culture here in Denmark with Deepanjali for a long time. But now I've got her and I'm like, we have to make a video. I know you for a long time. You were here in Denmark and then you moved to London and then came back. So in total, how many years have you spent here in Denmark?
So in total, I've spent around 3.5 to 4 years in Denmark.
And it's like all working, right? You moved.
Yeah. I've been working throughout because that's how I came. I came on a work visa, so yeah, I've been working throughout.
How do you feel like working here in Denmark? Because you have worked in other countries like India, obviously, but also in the UK.
Yes, I feel okay. The one word I would say that comes to my mind when I think about working in Denmark is it's very comfortable. Comfortable in many ways, of course. There are many reasons why it is comfortable. The fact that there's a lot of trust in the people you work with, that makes it comfortable. There's good work-life balance, which also makes it comfortable because you know that you're gonna, when you come back home, you have the time for yourself and you can actually recharge and relax and it's not go all the time. So I think the one word that comes to my mind in terms of how it is to work in Denmark is that it is comfortable.
I think this is the first time I'm hearing like work is comfortable,
Yes.
It's like always stressful, like back in India, like when I was working, like it's stress. Like you are traveling a lot or like there are a lot of work pressure. But here, as you're saying, it's comfortable and also work-life balance.
Yes, and also the other thing which helps is, of course, that you don't have that much travel time as compared to India, for example, or even the UK.
Yeah.
Because mostly people travel, between 30 minutes to an hour easily, one side in other countries. But because Copenhagen is so small, that usually within 10 to 15 minutes you reach work. So that saves a lot of your time and energy that goes into, even reaching work and coming back.
And also you can bike here, like if you want to. So.
Yeah. And Copenhagen is like a small city, so it helps with it's usually bikeable distances everywhere. I'm a little bit lazy, so I actually take the metro.
Yeah. But you used to bike, no?
I used to bike, yes. But I think it's like when I changed my job recently. So that is when I ended up going to the metro again.
Yeah.
But I used to bike a lot. But I'm hoping that I'll get back to biking again.
Okay, And how is it like if you have to describe like a typical working day here in like Copenhagen? How long like do you work and when does your day start?
Yeah, so most of us have contracts which require us to work for like 37 or 37.5 hours, which means like 7.5 hours a day. So along with that, of course, you would also take lunch break or something. So it ends up being like 8 to 8.5 hour days. The way it works is that people are very flexible in terms of when they come in. So a lot of people start very early. So, the ones who have young kids, they would start maybe at like 7:30, 8, and then they leave early as well. And then some people start around 9. I think 9 is usually when everybody is in the office.
From my husband's experience that he's the last one to leave, but everybody leaves the office like at 4:30 or...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, by 4:30, mostly you would see that it starts getting very empty. So you would be in the office only if there's something specific that you had to complete on that day. I think otherwise mostly people would be leaving by 4:30.
And what about in the summertime, like right now in July? I think people leave at 2 o'clock or something like.
So I can't really say anything about that because I've not been going to the office myself. So
so you're working from home now?
Yes, I'm working from home, and also I've been on because this is the usual time in July to like for a lot of people take summer vacations at this time. Yeah. So it's like I don't even. I'm sure the people who are going to the office are also leaving at a reasonable time or even before 4:30. But most people are on vacation at this time.
July, July is like
perfect time because this time is when schools are shut. So most people go with their kids on vacations.
So July is the month where you will have to wait for any work to get done in Denmark, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, all of our projects, people already know that a lot of people are not going to be there. So there's going to be delays in our work. And
But if everybody is on holiday, who is doing the work?
nobody.
Nobody. Okay.
Or if there is urgent tasks or something, then people usually delegate it to their colleagues or like whosoever, if there are people staggering their vacations.
Yeah.
But usually, like in June, actually, a lot of our regular work, which is done in other months, like in July, we just do not plan for it in this month.
And it doesn't get affected in a very big scale.
I think it's a very given fact that everybody is going to be, most people would be on summer vacation at this time. So like, like big decisions or urgent things are done, yes, but like the regular big decisions that are taken in a company, they are kind of like, if we can postpone it till August, we do that.
Yeah. And I feel this is like maybe one of the crazy thing about working in Denmark. Like summer holidays are taken seriously. People, I think your manager will ask you, why are you not taking any leave?
Yeah, because I mean, in my case, for example, like I had taken, I was not taking like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of holiday this summer, and my manager asked me like, why are you not taking holidays? So I had to explain myself.
Yeah. But you have to take it, like.
It's not compulsory, but usually because people take it at this time, and if you're not taking it, like you need to have a plan when you're taking the holidays. So it's very encouraged that you don't end up wasting your holidays. So, and the manager tries to like push you if you know.
The manager is trying like take holiday.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is also considered in general in this country that you also require some time to recharge if you want to be, good employees.
Yeah.
And good at your work. You also need time to recharge and come back.
Danes are very productive. So they divide, like they know when is the time to relax and when is the time to like really focus. Like they don't check their phones when they are working. So they are very productive.
Yes, yeah. I think it's again the work-life balance, right? Like when you're at work, then you're like dedicated to work, and when you're done, then you're done. So that is why I think people try to make sure during the work hours, like try to be as productive as possible, and then when you shut down, then you're like giving time to your family.
Tell us some fun things about working in Denmark.
The fun things I think about is like the Friday bars are a very usual occurrence in many companies. So we have on Fridays it is given that it's like a bar organized by the company, so everybody gets to socialize, and it's just, and during summer it's pretty great because the sun is out and you're usually at the sunny location somewhere in the office, and then you can also get drinks for free in most cases. So that's fun. And of course also the cake and pastries in Denmark are pretty popular. So a lot of our celebrations include cake and pastries. So
I think everybody coming back to work after a holiday brings a cake.
Oh, let's see if that happens this time. Because actually, since I moved back to Denmark, it's been COVID was going on. So a lot of I think the last few years we didn't actually get to go to the office that much. So this is gonna be it's gonna be nice this year to see actually how. When people come back, how is it like?
Like one of my comedian friends, he has a very good line that in Denmark, there is high cake per capita, in Denmark.
I think cake and candies also.
Cake and candies.
You don't see candies that much in the office, but I have seen that, candies are such a big thing. I mean, there is like a candy shop, at least like 2 or 3 candy shops right in front of my home.
Yeah.
So it's
so everybody is always bringing like some sweets.
Yeah.
Do you feel maybe it's too much of fun in the workplace and then you can't get any work done, or how do you find the balance in the office?
No, because when we are working, then we are working, and it's just that when we are like socializing, then we are socializing. Also, the work is in such a way that it is achievable.
Yeah.
In a week's time. It's not that you're overworking. So it's not that you're working so much that as soon as if you're not able to work for an hour and things would just fall apart.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Tell us one more thing, like it's coming to my mind that, like in India, like when I was working, okay, a task is given to me and then we decide, okay, I'll take a week or 2 weeks. And then sometimes, no, let's do it in 1 week, then 2 weeks. How is it in Denmark? Like who decides how much time you will take to finish a task or project?
I think it's also, again, you as an employee are trusted that you would know how much time a task takes, and most of the time it's like a conversation or something, and you I would say this is how much time I think it would need, and And then the manager, that's why they trust you. And your judgment that if you think this is how much time it's going to take, then it takes that much time. Sometimes it does happen because some things need to be done and there is a deadline. Then we prioritize in that way. Then the things which do have a deadline and stuff are prioritized before the other tasks that we are doing. So it's like an ongoing discussion with your manager most of the time, where you can discuss with each other, okay, what are priorities and how to make sure that we deliver on time.
And Deepanjali, a little bit about how is the relationship with the manager, because when I hear the word manager, because like again going back to working in India, it's like sir or madam, or maybe you're a little afraid almost all the time with your manager. Okay, manager is coming, like I should be working, I should not have fun or something. How is it in Denmark?
Main thing is that India is a very hierarchical country. And Denmark is a very flat hierarchy kind of country. So where everybody is equal, or at least, the equality level is higher than as compared to India. So whether you're a manager or whether you are, someone who's just graduated or something, you kind of feel that you don't need to be scared. Your opinions are as valid as someone else's opinions, and you can, share without any fear. So there it's very like a friendly kind of relationship that you would have with all your employees, actually, not just with the manager. And usually the manager is not necessarily checking when you're entering and when you're going and things like that. So it is usually like, okay, if you're given the task and you're responsible for it, and if you can fulfill that responsibility while taking breaks, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And then your manager will check whether you're taking the holidays or not.
Yes, exactly. That's the only thing that they would, okay, I won't say that's the only thing. Also, of course, like it depends on what managers you have. Not everybody is the same. Again, like this is a bit of a, we are stereotyping in a way, because also based on my own experience. But of course, like, you don't always end up with the same kind of managers. So of course, if you're not with that kind of manager, then, you know that maybe look for someone else.
Yeah, I want to ask also one question about working as a woman here in Denmark. Again, like, going back to your experience of working in the UK and in India also, how do you see, like, do you see there are maybe more leaders who are women, in the workplace? How is it? Like, would you like to share something about that?
Yeah, I would. So basically, I have, again, from my experience only, what I saw that in my previous job, for example, my manager and my manager's manager, both were, or I would say the CEO and the CRO of the company were both women, which is something that I didn't see that much in the UK. But again, I don't know the statistics that well of like where UK is in these things and where Denmark is. But in general, more and more what I see is like the kind of support that's there for, in general, women who have kids and who have families is significant in Denmark, which allows women to be able to be ambitious and be family, take care of their families at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what encourages them to, go to those higher levels. And even at the moment, I have my manager and again manager's manager, both are women. So I have, it's good to actually have so many role models around you, because then you know that, okay, you can also do it.
Achieve that success. And there is a balance, because there is equality in this country where, it's not like only the mother will take, will go home early to take care of the kids. It's also the father.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I have colleagues who are men or women, and all of them care about their kids, and so they would try to make sure that they are there for, dropping the kids or picking up the kids, and they try to divide the responsibility equally. In most cases, wherever it's not possible, then it's not possible. But yeah, in most cases, you see that, it's like, you don't see the difference between that women leave early and men don't. And, that's not something that you see. It's pretty equal in that sense. For any women who are thinking of working in Denmark, and I would say that there is a lot of support available for you to be able to have kids and at the same time be able to work. So, I would say that this is, as compared to at least when I look at other countries, I think it's pretty good over here.
Okay. Any tip do you have for somebody who will be moving to Denmark for work and they're going to a workplace here? What should they keep in mind if they're new?
I think I would say just like know that it's a little bit, it's not so formal, everything over here. So it's a little bit casual. Don't be scared of sharing your opinions, because it's very much appreciated, and everybody is very welcome to share their opinions. If you have something to say, whether it's in a meeting or, on any different topic related to work.
Yeah.
And if you want to share your opinion, I think just like don't be scared of it, like that this is not your position or anything. You don't need to think about that. And also about the independence part, that there is so much independence given to you when you're working, that I think just know that you'll have to take a lot of initiative yourself, because not necessarily your manager would be like checking with you all the time. So you need to know that, okay, if there's a task that's given to you, and if you don't come back to your manager, they're assuming that you're doing fine.
That's a good point to know. Like, if the manager is not checking, it's not like you don't need to do the work.
Yeah, or or the manager has forgotten. That's not the case. It's usually like they are assuming that you are doing very well and you're doing fine. So if you're not doing all right and you have any questions, you need to be more proactive and, ask those questions, because, the manager may not ask you. So that is something that is to be
That's
kept
where the trust factor comes. Like they trust you.
Yeah.
And then they trust you that you are being independent and taking the responsibility. And if there are any problems, the support system is there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Usually good managers would be like ready to support you if you need any help. But again, you need to say that you need help.
Okay.
That is something that you need to be proactive about.
Okay, so if you're coming to Denmark and going to work, know that you need to be proactive and they will trust you. So you have to make sure that you also understand that if you have not been asked, that doesn't mean that they have forgotten about you or your work.
Exactly.
We've been talking for last 2 hours and I can cover so many topics with Deepanjali about buying an apartment. I think I would like to cover a topic about why you went to London but you came back to Denmark. So why you chose Denmark, like Copenhagen over London. That would be a very interesting topic. And Deepanjali is ready to share like why she chose Copenhagen and lot of other topics.
I have lots of like good things to say about Copenhagen, Denmark in general.
Yeah.
So I think, but that's maybe for a different video altogether.
Yeah, let's keep the surprise, waiting for you guys. Deepanjali, would you like to say what should they do?
They should like and subscribe to Kriti's channel.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and for more fun content.
Yes. So very soon we'll start to do more fun, what we do. Like we made tea, we made dal and everything. So maybe in the future videos we'll show you what Indians do here in Copenhagen when they meet.
Yes, I think for this video we probably did a lot of preparation beforehand before we started to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
So, and also I think this video probably became very knowledgeable instead of fun. So, but hopefully, I hope whatever I have said would help someone who's looking for information about working in Denmark. And if, of course, if there's any other questions, then Kriti would let me know.
Yeah, please put in the comment. But with that, Deepanjali, thank you so much. First of all, for doing the interview and talking about the working culture. It was really asked topic. And we'll see you again with that. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.